And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to Federax. Today we're going to be covering the Venezuelan gangs and the Trump assassination attempt updates. Let's get into it, guys. I'm Special Agent with Homeland Security Investigations, okay, guys? HSI.
This is what Fed Reacts covers.
Defender Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, did commit the felony.
So here's what 6ix9ine actually got.
Racketeer conspiracy.
This attack shifted the whole U.S. government.
This guy got arrested for espionage, okay? Trading secrets with the Russians.
John Wayne Gacy, a.k.a. the Killer Clown, okay? One of the most prolific serial killers of all time, killed 33 people.
Zodiac Killer is a pseudonym of an unidentified serial killer who operated in Northern California.
All these serial killers, guys, they really get off on getting attention from the media.
Many years, Jeffrey Epstein sexually exploited and abused dozens of minor girls at his home. It was OJ working together to get Nicole killed.
We're gonna go over his past, the gang ties, so that this all makes sense. I'm Special Agent with Homeland Security Investigations, okay, guys? HSI.
This is what.
All right, we're back. What's up, guys? Welcome to Fed Reacts, man. Give me ones in the chat. The audio is good, by the way, guys. Give me ones in the chat. The audio is good. I'm gonna move this computer out the way a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. All right, cool. Give me ones in the chat if it's good. All right, sweet. All right, guys, what's up? Welcome to Fed Reacts, man. I am here with Angie. Angie, you want to say what's up to the people?
Hey people, what's up? Yes, we're here, another Sunday, another fun day. We're gonna cover what's going on in Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, with the Venezuelan gang that are breaking into some apartments and stuff. And we're gonna talk about Trump too, so
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Yes. You want to say anything about, you were saying some things about, what's her name? J.Lo.
Oh yeah, well, I was just saying that she's just taking stupid decisions right now. Like, I don't understand how women just decide to go through a whole phase after a breakup. It's literally like the opposite of what they should do, honestly. Like, that's how I think about it, but it is what it is.
Post a picture of
I
her
think
ass
the
at
older
55
she
years
gets,
old.
the stupider she gets. Yeah, I mean, she's almost 60. She's running almost to 60. She looks great, though, but, I mean...
Here, let me see if I can find the post that you're talking about in question.
I
Here.
just saw it just now on my timeline.
Here, I'll let me go ahead and share this with you ninjas real fast. Give me one sec. We'll go. All right, so here she is right here, right? Twitter. It's on her Twitter if I'm not mistaken. All right, yeah, here it is. So yeah, boom. It was summer, and of course she's got to post this, right? This, she's in bloom and unbothered, out of reach and at peace. Yeah, okay. Some stupid flowers, and then her eating some ice cream. You know, it's like, bruh, you know what I mean? Was this necessary, really? You're 55 years old. She was born in 1969.
Yeah, she's almost my
Bro,
mom's age.
1960. Yeah, she's my mom was born in 69. She's my mom's age.
My dad is 69 too.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
that is crazy.
Bro, that is crazy.
And then the fact that she's behaving this way, it's just kind of cringe, honestly.
Dude, what the fuck?
But she knows what she's doing, you know, because she knows that anything she posts right now, because she went viral with the divorce and all this stuff, anything that she posts right now is going to go viral. So
let's see.
she knows exactly what she's doing. She's getting attention. That's all she's getting right now. I love how you like your own post.
Of course. Gotta like my own shit, right? So yeah, I be in there commenting, man. So anyway, guys, today we're gonna be covering the Venezuelan gangs. Basically, Angie's people are here invading, so we got to kick them out. Angie, you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, do you think that that some of this has to do? And I was literally just thinking about this as we were firing this up. Do you think this has some of this has to do with the destabilization that's going on with Venezuela and what's going on with Maduro?
Of course, absolutely.
That they're doing this stuff?
Absolutely. I can't remember who it was, but there was somebody that said that it's Maduro that is allowing this to happen and also like kind of like making it happen. Like he's the one that is planning all this stuff. Like it's literally like sending all these people because we're gonna talk about this later on, but these people, they come from a prison, guys. Like this organization comes from a prison. It formed in a prison. So this is not people that were just friends outside and they were just like, oh, you know what, we should just start being criminals and start robbing some people and killing some people. No, these are people that met in a prison, and it's not like a mafia that they just decided to make like an organized crime organization. No, they met in a prison, and they formed this organization while doing crimes in a prison. And this prison, if anybody knows the name is Tocoron. It's a huge prison and very famous in Venezuela because that's where they sent literally the worst kind of people in our country. Like literally the worst kind of rapists, any kind of criminal, you'll find them there.
What's it called again? I'm going to look
Tocoron.
it up.
It's in
Tocoron?
Tocoron, yeah, that's the name of it. It's kind of funny. Tocoron, yeah, like that.
Oh, here
Tocoron
we go.
prison. And it's really, it's kind of famous because of all the atrocities that had happened there. If I'm not mistaken, that prison was even like caught on fire, I don't know when, and a bunch of people died in a fire there like a bunch of years ago. But anyways, it's a huge prison, and it's famous because of the type of people that go in there. Literally the worst kind of people.
It says the prison with a control of gang run with pool and zoo? What? Did it used to be a zoo?
There are like cartel leaders there. Like
There's what?
Cartel leaders.
Oh, cartel leaders. Okay.
Yeah. There is like, and the people that go there, they're so comfortable. It's funny because they have like such high ranks in like their criminal organizations that you'll find leaders with like that, with pools and like zoos and like all the commodities that they want, because this prison is just like the worst prison ever because it's the most corrupt in the country. So literally you'll find like so many low type of people there. It's the worst, really.
Es importante destacar que
CNN en español. Okay, that's not going to help.
But anyway, so these people are coming, like, it's an organization
El gobierno de Venezuela toma
there in Aragua, in the state of Aragua, Venezuela, and it had, I think at one point it had 5,000 members, and now it has spread it all over South America, and it's in Peru, it's in Chile, it's in Mexico. I think there is even like gang fights between the cartels in Mexico and this organization now, and it's a whole bunch of like, it's a whole mess what is going on right now. So obviously with this mass migration that have been going on with the Venezuelans over the years, because it has happened, for a while now, they are migrating now to the United States because all these criminals are coming here. Anybody's coming here. So of course the low type of people are gonna come here too. So yeah, like I said earlier in the space with Myron.
Okay, this is El Internado Judicial de Carabobo prison.
Let me see what you're seeing.
It's on the street. It's on the top. Look, you can see it there.
Okay.
Is this a bad prison too or no? Not worth the tour.
Inside the Notorious Venezuelan jail run by prisoners. Okay, what does the description say? Where does it say?
Stuart Ramsey goes inside El Internado Judicial de
No, that's not it.
Carabobo.
That's another one.
Do a lot of these gang members in this prison too?
What?
Are a lot of these gang members in this prison too?
Yeah, most likely.
Let's watch a little bit.
Venezuela's National Guard, a military unit. We've not seen this at a prison before.
I don't think you want to see it.
We've been stopped from entering here for days. The prison service granted Sky News unprecedented access to its prison system, but the local authorities insist no access will be granted here despite orders from on high. Eventually they said they'd change their minds and would let us in. Very soon it became clear to us it wasn't their decision to make. Here it is the prisoners who are in charge.
Yeah.
This is like no prison I've ever seen before. It's more like a town surrounded by a wall. The prisoners watch on as we're walked through the corridors surrounded by police. It feels like a poor village. They have run-down cafes, fast food takeaways, but it's all completely dilapidated. There are no lights in the darkened accommodation areas.
It's a bunch of young people.
The prisoners
it's a bunch of what?
Young people.
Oh,
just a bunch of
young
hang out in the corridors, and we're told it's a no-go area for us. The prisoners won't allow
They fuck each other in there.
We have 30 minutes.
Oh man, that's probably why they won't let them in.
And no questions. We've been told about the deal between the prison guards and the prisoners is that they basically leave each other alone, then everything stays cool. If the prisoners misbehave, then the water, the electricity and the food and family visits go. But if the prisoners get angrier and angrier, then their way of fighting back is to set the prison on fire.
Oh, set the prison.
So there's a really tense truce the whole time.
And that had happened before. They set the prison on fire.
We're joined throughout by a group of men. The man with the bright yellow trainers, we're told, is the prison boss. He runs everything.
This dude?
He and his own guards are all
Oh, no,
carrying
this-
weapons. They're tucked into their shorts. The boss takes $1 a week from the inmates. There are
It's
5
called
and a half.
the pran. So the pran, it's like, I remember this was a question that I had in a test in the university. So it's like a monogram for like assassin something. So the pran is literally like the boss of like everybody in the prison, and it's kind of like a mob.
What's the term called? The pran?
Pran.
Okay.
P-R-A-N.
What does that mean in Spanish?
It means that's a word, but it has like every letter has a connotation. So pran is like asesino nato, like a assassin something, professional assassin, something like that.
Okay. So the pran is an acronym in Spanish.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they're called not many people knows that is an acronym because they're called prans and it has been like that forever.
Okay.
But basically a pran, it's literally like the top in a prison, and even like the officers and anybody with authority responds to him.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably
Kind of like the boss.
He's the person you negotiate with when there's problems.
Yeah.
Okay.
1,000 prisoners here.
But he had
The
to kill
boss
a bunch
is
of people to
clearing
go
fi-
to that position.
Okay.
It's an
like the
assassin.
mafia. It's like you can't be a
literally
made
like the
man.
mafia.
Okay. And
Literally like the mafia.
And the A in
He decides
pran,
what happens there, who dies, who kills the person that's gonna die, everything. He decides everything.
Okay.
$5,500 every week. Inside, they
He's
have
making $5,500 a week.
weapons, alcohol, drugs, and women. This is a prison out of control.
They bring women in? Holy shit.
They go out and they can enter and they
Venezuela's
enter again because
prison
they know that it's
infrastructure
more
and it-
dangerous outside than it is inside. Because outside everybody's looking for them to kill them, like his enemies and stuff. So he likes to stay inside. So these people are so
Okay.
dangerous that they come in and out all the time.
Okay.
Its legal system are
That's how
crumbling,
corrupt it
and
is.
this prison is falling apart.
Oh my God. I can't.
They're saying what? They said Chavez what? Free?
No, I can't.
What did they say? Chavez is free?
Like leaves. Chavez leaves.
Oh,
Like
Chavez leaves.
Hail Chavez kind of
Okay,
thing.
okay.
You know?
So this must have been a while ago. This must have been when he was... No, Chavez died a long time ago.
He died in 2013.
This was from 2020. Okay.
Yeah, but
This is how the government wants its prisons to look, and they want them to be called education centers.
Chavez is seen like a saint
Across the
in Venezuela
country.
now. man.
Still,
That's why.
even after he's dead.
Yeah, especially by the military and yeah, even after he's dead.
Okay.
Inmates are forced onto parade grounds where they cite revolutionary slogans of support for Hugo Chavez, the
Venezuelan men
former
are so
president.
ugly. Yeah, that's facts.
It's certainly a form of brainwashing, but these prisons are ruthlessly controlled as well. Inmates spend long periods of time locked up on their prison wings. It did look clean and orderly, but prisoners whispered to us that it had been cleaned up for our arrival. They said the prison regime was brutal and that they were starving, hardly fed at all. Showing me her new surveillance system donated by China, the prison minister said she was proud of her reforms.
No solamente la atención para que las personas tengan un ciclo de transformación y convertirlos en hombres y mujeres nuevos útiles a la
Oh, this
patria.
bitch.
Oh, you know who this woman is?
Of course.
Oh, she's the minister of prisons. So she's like the almost...
She's corrupt as hell. Trust me.
Okay. Hold on, let's look her up. Iris Varela.
She's a fucking bitch. Yeah, we don't like her.
Iris Varela. Okay, deputy. Oh, shit. She's moved on up in the world, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's...
Oh, she's a leftist? Oh, that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Venezuelan leftist politician, activist, and criminologist, member of the board of the United Socialist Party of Venezuela.
The worst.
She was a founding member of Revolutionary Bolivarian Movement. She served in the state of Táchira as a coordinator. And, okay, so she was a Hugo supporter, Hugo Chavez. And then I'm trying to see here her...
Hold on. Can you go up a little bit? Can you read that controversy?
Okay, Varela was criticized for her use of profanity and for her alleged relationship with the late Venezuelan criminal. Oh, shit.
Uh-huh.
Okay, being leader of the cartel Tren del Pacifico. Okay.
Of course. Wouldn't be surprised. She was like a passed around through all those criminals there.
Interesting.
Guys, stop playing with me.
Yeah, and it says Minister of Prison. So is this like the equivalent of like maybe an Attorney General in America?
No,
Angie?
no.
Or she just oversees all the prisons in the country?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sino también incorporar el elemento tecnológico para
You
mantener...
got a
But
crazy voice though. This bitch be smoking,
Of course, you can see how lame it is. First, it's a woman. She looks like
It's Angie's cousin.
Yeah, that's not funny though. That is not funny. She's a woman. She looks like a man. She speaks like a man. She's disgusting. Like all else. All else there.
She be smoking.
tener el control de las cárceles.
As we watched families visiting the prison wait for the food they bring to the inmates to be checked, it's clear to us that this is a system for show, not one that functions properly. Without this food, the prisoners starve to death.
Arepas.
And in a country where ordinary people are starving and live in poverty, where hospitals have no medicine and virtually nothing works, the prison reforms and the prisons we were shown either illustrate a government with an odd, perverse set of priorities, or it's another revolutionary myth.
Look, if you look Tocoron and look for Google Images, you'll see the actual prison where this organization started, and you'll see like all the bullets in the walls of the prison.
Okay. Let's see here. So if I type in this jail.
Just to type Tocoron, yeah.
And then hit images?
Images, yeah. There you see that building right there?
This one?
Yeah. All those like dots are like
Oh, bullet holes.
gunshots. Yeah, bullet holes.
All right. So as you guys can see, Venezuela's fucked up. So, okay, Tren de Aragua. This is a gang that Angie was mentioning, or where a lot of these Venezuelans from Colorado, this is the gang they're from. So it's the largest criminal organization in Venezuela with over 5,000 members. Tren de Aragua is led by Hector Rustenford Guerrero Flores, also alias Nino Guerrero, who was incarcerated in Tocoron prison, which functioned as the organization's de facto headquarters. The gang has since expanded throughout Latin America and the United States amidst the Venezuelan refugee crisis, with the growth of the gang following the migration of Venezuelans to host nations. Due to the severity of its crime, combating the gang has become a priority to many nations where Tren de Aragua has entered. Though Tocoron prison was intervened in 2023, leadership escaped and the gang activity continues to this day. So
yeah, that's why my dad says that it doesn't exist anymore, but that's not true.
Okay.
They're just everywhere. They scatter like cockroaches.
This is the viral video. Armed crew flaunts guns inside Colorado apartment building overrun by Venezuelan gang. What are they saying in Spanish, by the way, Angie? Can you tell us?
Can you go
rewind
back?
it. Yeah, I'll rewind it.
They're asking who's inside, and these other guys on the phone is asking like, who is it? Who is it?
Okay.
They're having like a conversation in between them.
And this is in Aurora, Colorado.
They speak like thugs.
Edward Romero shortly before a shootout. Okay, so what can you tell us about the way they were speaking Spanish?
Their accent is from the capital, and in the capital there is two different like accents. There is like the very posh people. I say posh because it's like very like, you know.
They speak proper Spanish.
Yeah, very decent Spanish, very neutral, like kind of like, you know, but very poshy. And there is the other accent that is very typical from Caracas, but it's very like from the hood. So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like
it's like Florida people here and we don't understand them.
Yeah.
Ghetto Florida people.
Yeah, very ghetto. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the word. It's very, very ghetto. So it's very specific. You'll know where they're from as soon as you hear them.
Okay. So these guys are from Caracas, is what you're
They're
saying.
from Caracas, but they're from a specific part of Caracas where they speak like that.
Well, do you know what part?
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's either, they obviously, they come from either, I don't want to sound racist, and I know.
Let's do it.
It's just that.
You know, I'm all for the racism.
I know, but like if Venezuelan people are just watching this, they're going to say, oh, she's racist because she's not from here and all this stuff. But people from Petare, that accent comes from people from Petare. And if you look Petare on the internet, you'll see that this
Are they blacks?
No, it's people like this.
Oh, okay.
They're mostly blacks.
Oh,
But the thing
see,
is,
I knew it. I knew it.
But the thing is that they come from this very poor zone in Caracas that is known. It's very famous for how the houses are in the mountains. They're like on top of each other.
Okay.
So it's
almost like Brazilian favelas.
Kind of like that.
Okay.
So it's very famous in Caracas because you can see it like from the city. You can see the mountains filled with houses, and they lack electricity. They lack water, and
they don't have electricity.
They barely have electricity because they live in the mountains, and it's houses built with like very poor materials, you know.
Gotcha.
So very poor people live in there, and most of the criminals come from there. So because it's poor people.
Okay. Hope you guys are enjoying your 101 on Venezuela.
The city nonprofits have lined up to help.
Aurora City Council member Danielle Jurinsky has been outspoken about the influx of alleged members of the Venezuela prison gang Tren de Aragua in her suburb of 390,000. So she's even catching on.
The migrants that have come here, but nobody is helping the American citizens, the residents that are trapped in these apartment complexes.
Denver, just miles from Aurora, has received the largest number of migrants per capita across the nation with more than 40,000 new arrivals since December 2022. Holy crap. Now, I'll explain to you guys why that's happening.
I thought Miami would have the largest amount.
What was that?
I thought like Florida would have the largest amount of migrants.
No.
I didn't
Florida is not immigration-friendly state.
Really?
Ron DeSantis put out some legislation saying that they were going to
So will you say that Texas and Colorado are more like that?
Texas isn't immigration friendly like that either. I mean, they have a lot, but it's not but Colorado is very immigration friendly. That's why there are a lot of people.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And I'll explain that in a second. All right. They've experienced a spike in crime. So, what to know about this gang? In an ongoing migrant crisis, the violent Tren de Aragua gang has infiltrated the U.S. through the southern border, linked to high-profile crimes across the states. Yeah, a lot of places, yeah. They're the Venezuela's largest gang organization, according to Telemundo. Suspect in the U.S. tied to the transnational gang include Jose Ibarra, the Venezuelan migrant who allegedly killed Georgia nursing student Laken Riley. Oh, I didn't know that. He was a Venezuelan. Oh, shit.
I didn't know about that case.
Yeah, I knew about the case, but I didn't know the guy was a Venezuelan. I knew he was illegal. And Bernardo Raul Castro-Mata was accused of shooting 2 NYPD cops. Oh, shit. Castro-Mata previously told police he was recruited by the Venezuelan Gangs Big Apple coordinator to be a part of its group of snatch and grab moped thieves. Revealing that the gang is also smuggling guns into NYC migrant shelters by concealing them in food delivery bags. In Denver, the gang was also tied to a caught on camera jewelry store heist from June 25th. With Homeland Security Investigations Office warning days later that the Tren de Aragua members have been given the green light to shoot cops. So my former office, HSI. Biden administration designated Tren de Aragua as a transnational criminal organization, offering a reward of $12 million for the rest of its leaders. In July, authorities in Colombia arrested one of the gang's three founders, 45-year-old Larry Alvarez, who was wanted by 196 countries. God damn, nigga!
Alvarez. Yeah.
Fuck! How you wanted by 196 countries? It reminds me almost of the 109, if you guys know what I'm saying. Holy. Wow. Bro, how do you want it 196? What?
You can imagine the damage this guy had caused everywhere.
Damn, these guys are a fucked up gang. Let me look this shit up, man. Holy shit, Larry Alvarez. Hold on, what the fuck?
This is like a plague, and it's taking a lot of territories. They have to deport them all, kill them all.
So they got him in Colombia. My thing is I'm trying to... Was he indicted or something? Was he charged?
Let's see. Let me look him up.
196. Okay, police of Venezuela and Chile have warrants for his arrest for terrorism, arms trafficking, aggravated extortion, and kidnapping. So that's why I guess why he ran to Colombia.
Yeah, he thought in Colombia he would be safe. What a dummy.
Was there? I'm trying to figure out if there was like a U.S. warrant.
Look him up for like his full name. It's Larry Amari Alvarez Nunez.
Amari?
Yeah. Amaury, that's a gay name. Amaury Alvarez Nunez. You won't be able to pronounce that though.
God damn, man, you Hispanics and all these names. Okay, here's his criminal path. Okay. Okay, before 2018 and 2024 could be found in 3 countries: Venezuela, where he was born, Chile, where he's suspected of having lived until 2022, and in Colombia, where he was arrested on July 1st and currently awaiting extradition. I wonder where they were going to extradite him to. Okay, he fled Chile after one of his people got arrested. Doesn't look like, I'll see here, Control F, United States. No. So it's not like we want him. You might get indicted by the U.S. though. Why you want 100? That's crazy. U.S. Border Patrol saying they've caught 70 of the gangs. 70. I don't even think there's 196 countries, bro. What the hell? Like, what the hell is that even possible? Border Patrol says they caught 70 of the gang's members trying to enter the country since it began tracking the group in 2022. However, many still are getting past law enforcement at the border, with younger members careful not to get identifiable gang tattoos to stay under the radar. All right, so we got here. The Denver mayor addresses alleged Venezuelan crime.
Grabbing the entire nation's attention. Fox 31, the first to obtain these videos of alleged gang activity at Aurora apartment complexes. Mayor Mike Coffman telling Fox News gangs have pushed out property management through intimidation and are collecting rent.
And police in Denver also on high alert. We spoke to
Something smells up there, I guess. Look at them with the shirts.
Mayor Mike Johnson about how the Mile High City is tackling these issues. Fox 31's Aaliyah Sims getting some answers for us tonight. Aaliyah.
Yeah, Erica, Mayor Mike Johnston said Denver police have already been working with federal, state, as well as other local agencies because they were made aware of the problem early on. Now, he says while there's no evidence of Denver apartments being taken over by Venezuelan gangs, he says they are providing a heavier police presence in areas that are a risk.
Yo, that shit crazy. This got guns out like, hey, what the hell's going on here?
I saw it and it's infuriating. It should never happen in this state. It should never happen in Denver.
That's Mayor Mike Johnston's reaction. to the many videos that continue to make headlines about Venezuelan gang violence in the Denver metro area.
Obviously, that video was not taking place in Denver, and we are going to do everything we can to make sure it doesn't ever.
In a statement, Denver police appear to indicate the same, saying they take the presence of the TDA gang seriously, while DPD says they believe that...
I'll read the statement.
That's funny that they call it TDA.
Oh, is that what you guys call it in Venezuela or something else?
No, we don't. Tren de Aragua. Like that's the name.
Let's read this. And protecting the safety of our residents and our officers is always our top priority. There are reasons to believe that members of this gang are tied to crimes in the area. However, DPD is not aware of any apartment buildings being taken over by this gang in Denver. The Denver Police Department, in coordination with law enforcement partners, continues actively investigating to learn more about the gang, its members, and any associated criminal activity so we can respond, the community can assist. Boom. Okay.
The same, saying they take the presence of the TDA gang seriously. While DPD says they believe there are reasons members of the gang are tied to crimes in the area, the department says they are not aware of any apartments being taken over by the group within the metro area.
We're not tolerating that in Denver. We don't see any evidence of that in Denver.
I find it very hard to believe that has not gone into the city limits of Denver. Maybe they don't have enough intel yet to specifically say that they can tie that to the TDA gang.
James Albee, law enforcement procedural expert, says he believes city leaders are downplaying the seriousness of the problem.
And I'll tell you I agree with him on that. And I'll tell you guys why. Again, I want to watch the videos, then I'm going to explain to you guys why they're doing this shit.
I think they're trying to mitigate some of the fear and concerns that the community may end up having over this gang that I think is growing more and more every day.
He says the problem has already been identified, specifically in Aurora, and there should be more focus on how to address it.
There is a growing criminal element in Aurora that they can't deny. And I think, again, that's why they've got that task force involved in this, to try to gather intel and to kind of put the pieces of the puzzle
Ooh, that's very telling. So they already have a task force assembled
together to figure out exactly what they're doing and try to get ahead of it.
Guaranteed HSI Denver is on this probably more than likely, because let's see how far Denver is to Aurora. It's right next to it's right next to it. I know it's not far. Yeah, 9 miles. So
it's right there.
Literally right there. So yeah, I said that's what I was saying before. It's like a suburb of it.
So Mayor Johnston goes on to say he wants to make it clear, especially to the Venezuelan population, if you feel threatened or unsafe, to call 911 or 311. Now, he says it's important to note that they will never ask you about your citizenship as well as your status.
That's another thing, too, that we're going to talk about here in a second as well.
He says that there is no risk if you reach out to police. Reporting live in Denver, Aaliyah Sims, Fox 31.
Okay, and then we see the police show up.
12th and Dallas, got quite a few of our officers out here that are stopped by here. I stopped by here at 12th and Dallas, got quite a few of our officers out here that are out here tonight again. I've been out here for several weeks, making contacts with our residents, reassuring them about the criminal activity.
Yeah, they have to, because this is bad press for Aurora.
That's happening here and how we're going to address it. We're out here, we want to reassure the people that live in this community that we are actively investigating criminal activity that's happening and listening
She has a lot of stars on her thing. She's probably either the chief or the second in command deputy chief.
to them to so that we can learn anything that we're missing. You know, what are we missing, and actually find out what exactly is going on. We're out here because we care. I mean, nobody should be wearing this uniform if they don't care. And we want the residents and the people that live here to know that we care. We've been talking to the residents here and learning from them to find out what exactly is going on, and there's definitely a different picture. I'm not saying that there's not gang members that don't live in this community, but what we're learning out here is that gang members have not taken over this complex. We've really made an effort to the last few days to just really ask the specific questions and the direct questions in terms of the gang activity and who's actually making sure that people aren't paying rent to gang leaders or gang members, the gang activity and who's actually...
I'm trying to see if there's any other agencies out here.
Making
Okay, yeah, this guy's local police.
sure that people aren't paying rent to gang leaders or gang members, that's not happening. And we've discovered here today and yesterday talking to so many residents that that's not the case. We've been talking about, and they've been sincere with us. We really believe that they are sincere with us. And we're standing out here, and I can tell you that gang members have not taken over this apartment complex.
Watch breaking news.
Interesting. And now they get this other story where apparently they're contradicting themselves.
The city of Aurora is contradicting itself on the extent of Venezuelan gang activity in that city. The mayor told Fox News this week the gang is collecting rent at a troubled apartment complex.
Oh, shit.
The interim police chief, in a video press release, says that's not happening.
It's that intimidation factor. We've got Venezuelan gang members who have gone.
Well, that makes sense when they say who's inside, right? That's what they're asking, Angie.
Into an apartment complex where there's a concentration.
Like they don't even know who's there.
They don't. Yeah, no.
So
I
that
don't
could
think
be
they
them
know.
saying that would
Of Venezuelans and pushed out the property management through intimidation, and now they're intimidating the tenants there to pay them the rent and probably extort other things from them.
I'm not saying that there's not gang members that don't live in this community, but what we're learning out here is that gang members have not taken over this complex. We've really made an effort to the last few days to just really ask the specific questions and the direct questions in terms of the gang activity and who's actually making sure that people aren't paying rent to gang leaders or gang members, that's not happening. And we've discovered here today and yesterday talking to so many residents that that's not the case.
So we don't generally air video news releases from police departments and cities for ethical reasons. We weren't there to shoot that video ourselves or ask Chief Morris any questions. But her comments in that video directly contradict what Mayor Coffman said and add further confusion in a week when the city's public statements on Venezuelan gang activity hasn't always lined up. Mayor Coffman has said contradictory things in interviews just hours apart. The city's trying to get a court order to clear out 2 or 3 apartment buildings to combat gang activity. They're planning to declare the properties a, quote, criminal nuisance.
Oh, shit. Interesting. And then this is the mayor. See what he's
Let's get to our top story of the morning. So this is brand new video obtained here at Fox 30.
And I'm watching all the video, guys. Then I'm going to give you guys my commentary after. I don't want to interrupt, the stuff to give you guys commentary. I'll do it after.
This is at an apartment complex in Aurora showing men with long guns and pistols in their hands. This is at an apartment building, and a pretty concerning video that is now going viral on social media. Yeah. National news is picking this up, but we've been following this locally for weeks and we have questions.
City council members and people living in the area claim this is part of a gang takeover in several parts of the city. Those claims now getting national attention. So we wanted to go right to the mayor. Mayor Mike Coffman joins us live via Zoom this morning to talk more about this situation. First of all, thank you for taking some time out. I know you're dealing with a lot. When you see this
City's
video,
getting overrun.
what do you think? Because I don't live in Aurora, but I think to myself, holy cow, if I lived in Aurora, I'd be freaking out right now.
Well,
and real quick, before we even get into that, before he starts yapping about this stuff, the city of Aurora, I don't think it's that big of a city, guys.
It's probably a suburb, right?
It's probably not that. Aurora, Colorado. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, it's about 386,000. So it's pretty big. This is like an actual city. It's pretty fucking big. Okay.
It's let me put it in context first. This concern that it's 3 apartment complexes, but that's not to minimize it at all. But we're the 51st largest city in America. We're 400,000 in population, and so, but
what does the say?
The 51st largest city in. Well, it's let me
all right, so
put it in context first. This concern that it's 3 apartment complexes, but that's not to minimize it at all. But we're the 51st largest city in America.
51st largest city in America. This guy sounds like Chris when he talks.
We're 400,000 in population, and so, but there are 3 apartment complexes that we believe in where there is a concentration of Venezuelan migrants, and the criminality is unfortunately followed. So we have a task force with local, state, and our federal law enforcement partners working on it to root these criminals out and get them off the streets. But it certainly concerns me. But it is in 3 apartment complexes.
I'll tell you this, nothing is going to mobilize law enforcement faster than fucking negative media attention. So I guarantee you the mayor was like, yo, police, state police, and then the feds especially, You know, I know for a fact they called ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement, and Homeland Security Investigations immediately. Hey, we need help because I'm going to talk about this about his interview, but state and locals don't have immigration authority. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit.
Now, you and I talked about this issue of apartment complexes, migrant gangs.
And I'll explain to you guys how we even got here with this problem. Hey, give me once, guys. We got good audio, by the way.
We talked about this at length last week, and I did ask you if you knew about armed people going around and intimidating people at these complexes, and you said you did know that this was happening to the apartment building owners, and to an extent that we knew it was happening to people who lived there. But my question is, when did you first see this video, and when did you know it was to the extent that we're seeing in this video?
Well, we've known, well, you know, I think I put out a couple weeks ago that we had formed the task force. We knew at that time that we had formed the law enforcement task force to root them out, that there was intimidation going on, and part of that intimidation certainly involves individuals with weapons.
Mr. Mayor, why Aurora? You know, I've got people from across the country sending me messages. What's going on, Aurora? Why are these gangs in Aurora? Do we know why they?
I'll explain that as well.
Came here? Why they seem to be taking over some spots in our city?
So I'm trying to trace it back right now. I can tell you, you know, some things that are unconfirmed that I believe are true. I think we know that these gang elements are attracted to concentrations of Venezuelan migrants. That's unfortunately, there's a lot of criminality in Venezuela. It's basically a failed state. The role of the police department there is to protect the government. It's not to protect the people. And so, unfortunately, some of these criminal elements have come up with the migrants. It's my understanding that Venezuela does not share criminal histories with the United States, and so it's very difficult to vet them at the border. Yet they've been allowed to come in anyway. People can cross the border illegally, be arrested, and then receive humanitarian parole. To apply, they've applied for political asylum until their cases can be adjudicated.
Which is what a lot of Venezuelans apply for, is asylum and temporary protected status.
It's a terrible combination where they come into the country. They don't have access to a work permit for 6 months. They don't have resources. I think what happened, and again, I'm trying to trace this back, is that what happened is we had, you know, we have some buildings that unfortunately are pretty run down, have a high vacancy rate or relatively low rent. And I think somebody placed them there. Is it an agency of the federal government, perhaps, using some of our local nonprofit partners here as a conduit? Because the city of Aurora took a position early on that we were not going to participate in the migrant crisis. We were not going to provide taxpayer support, and we were not even going to be a conduit for federal dollars to come in to provide assistance. This is not our problem. This is a problem created by the federal government at the border with bad policy. And so it's the federal government that needs to solve this.
Let me see here. Mayor Coffman, let's look this guy up real fast. He is he's a Republican. All right. All right. Get a pass there, my friend. Where's he at?
Problem, not the city of Aurora.
That's why he's speaking the way that he is. He's a Republican.
But somehow we've gotten this problem. We inherited this problem involuntarily. And so I'm trying to walk it back and say, I believe that these people just didn't go there on their own. I think somebody put them there, and I'm trying to find out right now. And I have a meeting with a leader that really understands these nonprofit organizations that provide assistance, who provided this assistance, who made this decision to put them there.
And then let's look here real quick. Governor of Colorado. Democrat, of course. Mayor of Denver. Democrat, of course. What else is new? You guys are
The
noticing
national
that there's a trend
spotlight
here?
right now is on the city of Aurora. I asked you this same question last week as a yes or no answer. I'd like you to elaborate today. Is Aurora a safe place?
Absolutely. I think, you're talking about a city of well over 400,000 people, 51st largest city in America. And this is a very isolated problem. We have other isolated problems that we're trying to deal with. And I, as certainly the mayor, I don't believe you surrender any part of this city to a criminal element, whether it's sections of Aurora to, prostitution and drug dealing, or it's these criminal elements from this Venezuelan criminal elements that are preying upon their own people, but in doing so have taken over several apartment complexes. So if we have to, and I hope we don't, I hope we can move these people out without pushing everybody out of the entire apartment building. But I'll tell you, as somebody who was in counterinsurgency warfare in Iraq with the Marine Corps, you have an enemy population you have an enemy that is inside a population that is intimidated by them. And so the challenge is getting people to cooperate to identify them, or using film footage to identify them, get them out. What I look forward to is updates from our police department and from our other law enforcement partners that are working on this to say what progress that we're making in these isolated areas, in these pockets, in terms of dealing with what I consider is an enemy force.
Well, if Fed policies, as you say, were to blame for a lot of this, do you try to make the White House pay for what you guys are trying to do right now to deal with this?
Well, I think I want to get the answers first. I believe that first of all, the problem is at the border. If you could walk across, people can walk. We have, Venezuela, unfortunately, is a failed state under a social.
This is not true. It's not just a federal problem. But we're going to talk about that here after he's finished.
Socialist dictator, and people are leaving. I think about a third of the population has left, and so I think a lot of them are great people. But unlike immigration that we've had in the past in our Venezuelan community that has been here, where they had sponsors, where they had family members, where they had resources, they were educated. Here we're getting people that just poured over the border, where typically you walk across illegally, you get arrested, you declare political asylum, you're given humanitarian parole until your case can be adjudicated, which could take months, years, before those cases are adjudicated. In the meantime, again, you have a situation, and this is separate from the criminality, but I want to say that it creates it's a broader problem than the gangs, that you have people that are here without resources that can't apply for a work permit until they're here for 6 months. Desperate people do desperate things. So my concern is certainly beyond this immediate gang issue, but that is the most serious issue before us right now. And we are confronting it head on. And we will, we're going to get it done.
Yeah, I know this is a problem that's coming.
Also, guys, do me a solid. Like the video. I only see let me see here how many likes we got. Like the video on YouTube, guys. 382 likes. So we got 1,000 of y'all watching on Rumble, 1,200 of you guys watching on YouTube. Do me a favor, guys. Just like the video, okay? Open up a tab, like it on YouTube, and let's get up to 1,000 likes on YouTube.
Coming to a head right now, and you say that there are steps to make it better. Is it going to get worse before it gets better?
No, I don't think it's going to get worse before it gets better. The fact is that we have dedicated a lot of resources towards this, as has, we are working with the federal government as well from a law enforcement standpoint, as well as with some of our state partners, focus on these isolated areas, to identify the criminal element, get them off the street. And so, that's the objective right now, and we're going to accomplish that.
Mayor Mike Coffman, Mayor of Aurora, thank you for taking time. The worst thing we can do is not talk about this, so we appreciate you joining us here on the show. As a lot of people are talking about this video, a lot of people who live in these complexes are not happy.
All right, so let's get into this chat. So, Angie, what are your thoughts before I talk about this, besides me farting?
I wasn't gonna say anything, but well, this is really unnerving. Like this
Try
really.
to fix your lights. What happened?
Leah just stepped.
Leah stepped on the light.
Yeah.
Okay. Leah's the dog, by the way, guys. For you guys that are wondering.
But yeah, this is very infuriating. And someone mentioned in what are we gonna read the chats?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, we are.
Yeah, someone mentioned something about this, and this is really like very embarrassing and infuriating to me, honestly, because like a guy mentioned earlier in the space, there is real people with needs, and well, not with needs, but like the real people that are really like looking for the asylum and they really need the help, and there is people that are coming here just illegally. And I believe, just like this guy said earlier, the illegal people are getting help from the government and are getting all this stuff and like all these benefits that I'm not saying that we'll deserve that or any like that, but like, why is it that the people that are looking for the legal, that are doing everything legally and they're going for the legal system are getting, it's like this man says, it takes longer for a process to go through, and it's like, it's so unfair. Like, everything is so unfair, and now everybody is coming through the border, and all these criminals are coming through, and they're getting all these types of benefits, and they're basically
How does it make you feel that you had to pay for it while they just get it for free?
It's really,
because you had to pay for because you're here illegally.
It gets me really angry. Like, it's really embarrassing also because, like, it's the same thought I had when we were at Vitali's stream and these guys were Venezuelan trying to hook up with these kids.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about all this stuff because I really wanted to say something to them, but I didn't want it to be rude or like, mess up with the thing of the stream and stuff.
Explain that to them real quick, that we went and caught two predators and
so
they were Venezuelans.
We were doing the Vitali stream that Myron always gets invited to. And there was these two predators. One it was like a older guy. I think he was 40-something, and the other one was like 20-something. And they were both Venezuelans, and they were both illegal here. So, well, one of them came through playing like me and stuff, but he was still illegal. And they were trying to hook up with like underage people, and that's not okay. So while I was translating for them, I really wanted to spit on their faces and just say, like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? I said I was not going to curse anymore, but
okay.
Anyway.
This is an exception. I get it. Go ahead.
Yeah, but anyways, I don't know what you guys are doing here because they're staining the name of the country, and we really don't need that publicity right now. Like, all we need right now is for this all these aids and like other countries to help us to find like a international, like external help to get this dictator off the country so we can live in peace, because I'm pretty sure that everybody that has migrated from the country, nobody like wanted to leave. I didn't want to leave my country. Like, I would have loved to finish my career there, like my dream career there, because I started studying medicine in 2017, and I couldn't finish because there was this whole riots going on and like a bunch of people dying, like a whole medicine students dying in 2017. And I saw that and I was like, I don't want to finish my career in this country if I can die any day now. So it really nerves me, the fact that there are all these criminals coming here, staining the name of the country and not doing anything to like help the system in the United States. It's really sad. It's sad and it infuriates me, really. Like, I take it very personal because I have my family in Venezuela and they need all the help in the world to survive in that country. And it's like, I'm trying to do everything legal here, move through the system, and you come here to stain the name of the country and to stain my name. It's just a lot. It's a lot. That's all I gotta say. I don't want to say anything else because I'm gonna start cursing.
It's okay. No worries. So, hey guys, say what's up to say what's up to the people.
Even my dad is mad that Leah came here before him. He kept saying that, like, that dog came to America before me.
Yeah. Leah, you want to say what's up to people? So, okay, guys. I'll put you down, Leah. Or do you want her?
Yeah, just put her.
You want it? Okay. All right. So, chat. So, all right. So, the issue here, we have multiple problems, right? So, how did we get here? Well, you got a crisis at the border. You got, them not enforcing and securing the borders like the way that they're supposed to, right? A lot of Border Patrol agents kind of have their hands tied. They're not able to be as aggressive as they want to be. I know a lot of Border Patrol agents have resigned in the past few years. And then on top of that, you have places like Colorado, which there was a reason why, by the way, I wanted to show you guys the political scene on it, right? Which is...
feel safe and they want answers, and so we appreciate you answering those questions and providing at least some of those answers that you can right now. New police chief in Aurora is going to have their hands full, of course, dealing.
Right. So Denver, guys, Denver is a liberal city, and the state of Colorado is a liberal state. And why is this important? Well, it's important, guys, because there's something called sanctuary cities in the United States, right? And a sanctuary city, guys, is a city where they're basically not going to enforce immigration law. And the reason why you see a lot of this homeless crisis or migrant crisis in a lot of these major cities, especially like Denver, is because they know they can go there and they're not going to have to worry about immigration as much, okay? I'll give you an example. So when I was on the job, right, I went over to Denver back in 2015. We had a warrant for a guy because he had, basically for murder. He was driving some illegal aliens. He crashed and he killed like 3 of them. Right, 2 or 3 of them he killed, and he fled on foot. And we ended up identifying who he was. We got an arrest warrant for him, and we went out to Denver. He fled from Texas and he went all the way to Denver. He had family in Denver, and also we know that being in Denver, you're going to be able to, kind of elude the long arm of the law a bit, especially from an immigration standpoint. So he goes over there. We track him down. We go over there. We arrest him. Right. When we went to go get the arrest, the Denver Police Department was very reluctant to help us. They didn't want to help. And the reason why they didn't want to help is because it was an immigration case, right? Even though we had a warrant for this. 8 U.S.C. 1324, okay? Which is a felony, okay? You go to a federal prison just like everybody else for this shit. Bringing in and harboring illegal aliens. And on top of that, it made it worse because an alien died. Right? So if you die, and if you smuggle aliens and one of them dies, it becomes even worse where you could get some serious enhancements, right? So we went over there, we got him arrested, etc. But the Denver Police Department didn't want to help, right? And it's because it's a sanctuary city. This actually happened to me in Austin, Texas one time too. My buddy Mike.
Oh, you say his name. Okay.
It's fine. It's a common name. He's a supervisor now, too, by the way. You'll meet him one day. You will. We go up to a place in Florida. Okay. My buddy, right? He had a warrant. I remember this was back when we were in the Laredo field office together. He had a warrant for a guy in Austin, Texas for conspiracy to smuggle aliens, actually, right? And we wanted to go up there and pick him up. And the Austin Police Department didn't want to help us. And they were like, oh, it's immigration. We don't want to be involved. And it's like, bro, these are felony charges. They can go to jail for this. Like, it's federal court. Like, it's a crime. It's a federal warrant, right? But they didn't want to help because the term immigration was in it. And that's when I started doing research and figuring out that there's these cities, these sanctuary cities, that don't want to help. I noticed this in New Haven, New York City, San Francisco. Any liberal city, 9 out of 10 times, is going to be designated as a sanctuary city. Now, why is this a problem? Well, number one, they don't help you out with federal warrants when it comes to anything related to immigration. Number two, when they do catch illegal aliens, let's say they catch a guy driving drunk or whatever, right? And they figure out or they have an inkling that they're an illegal alien. ICE will put a detainer on that individual, Immigration Customs Enforcement, right? Remember, guys, there's 2 sides, Immigration Customs Enforcement, ERO, and Homeland Security Investigations, HSI. ERO, okay, who does the deportations, they'll put a detainer on the guy. Right, and the detainer, guys, is simply a document that allows the agency that has the individual in custody, right, for the state charge, to hold him for the feds to come and take him from an immigration standpoint, right? So, and you could put a detainer on a federal thing too, but feds are always going to honor an immigration detainer because we're feds. Like if the U.S. Marshal Service has a guy and they're going to release him, right? And they the ICE puts a detainer, the marshals are going to honor that because they're like, okay, it's another federal agency. But the state and local agencies, a lot of times, they might not honor it depending on the political structure of their chief, their mayor, etc. So if the mayor's a lib, right, and a Democrat, a lot of the times he'll pass it down, yo, this is a sanctuary city, we're not honoring immigration here. So that means that they're not going to honor detainers. So when ERO says, yo, hold him for us, we got a detainer, they're not going to hold him. They're just going to let him go. Yes, I know. Some of you are like, this is news to a lot of you guys because you think, yo, police are supposed to work together. Police are supposed to work together. It's not like that, guys. Immigration is a dirty word, my friends. It's a dirty word, okay? When Democrats are in, they're not aggressive on immigration at all. And if you got a liberal mayor or a liberal governor, they're going to designate their state as like immigration friendly or their city as immigration friendly. Congratulations. You're going to have a bunch of migrants coming to your city, and the police are not going to hold the illegal aliens that they do catch. And that means that the ERO is not going to be able to come in and pick them up. Matter of fact, when I was in LA, I could tell you guys this right now. The fucking LAPD guys told me themselves, we can't ask them about their immigration. Like, bro, this is the America that we live in now. So this is why I tell y'all all the time. You guys think I'm kidding around when I tell you guys, yo, get the fuck out of these liberal cities. Like, you guys think I'm just telling you guys this because, like, I just want to be an asshole Republican because I'm far right wing or any of that other stuff? I don't even really consider myself a conservative. I consider myself more far right wing. I consider myself right wing, far right, you know? But I don't tell you guys this because it's my political affiliation. I tell you guys this because I know how shit works. I know that if there's a criminal that's an illegal alien living in your neighborhood, he's not going to get deported. I know that these people use these sanctuary cities to their advantage to commit the criminal crime. When we were there with Vitaly, almost every fucking person we caught, Angie's my witness, was an illegal alien.
Illegal. Yep.
When we were in LA. Almost every single one of them was an illegal alien. Here in Miami, the ones that we catch, they're almost always illegal aliens. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, guys? So,
letting anybody here.
You know, and
Anybody.
Miami is like, I would say like, I think Miami is I think our mayor's a Republican, but it still has like liberal ideas and democratic ideals, right? But it's still a better city because we're in a red state. So that takes off a lot of the bullshit about being a fairly progressive city. Like so yeah. No, far right is whatever you want to, bro. If you want to call me far right conservative, whatever the fuck. I don't know if I'm a conservative. The conservatives don't consider me a conservative, so I don't give a fuck. But I would say I'm definitely far right, right? So, so with that said, guys, that's the issues that you run into with these cities. So we have two problems here. We have a problem federally, right at the border, and then on top of that, we have a problem at the state level and the city level with how they allow immigration to come in. And this facilitates and literally because think of it this way. Those Venezuelans aren't there just because they're there, right? They're there because there's some kind of benefit there. And a lot of the times it's because there's a lot of them there and it's a blue city, so you can go ahead and get away with certain shit. Give me ones in the chat if the concept of sanctuary cities makes sense to you guys and detainers and how immigration works in regards to sanctuary cities. Give me ones in the chat if that makes sense. Give me twos if it doesn't, and I'll answer, and then we'll transition into the Trump stuff. Oh, and then we'll read chats too. Yeah, we got to read chats. Thank you, Angie, for reminding me.
You also need to bigger up the picture when you talk.
Oh, you should have told me.
Yeah,
should have tapped me.
I was tapping you, but...
Tap me on the shoulder next time. Okay. For clips, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's U.S. sanctions destroying the country, and which has led to millions of people leaving, not Maduro.
That is not true.
Go ahead, Angie.
That is not true. Like, of course, the U.S. sanction is not. It has aided the situation, but also remember that the U.S. sanctions are there because a certain political party made them happen. So it's not like the U.S. sanctions has been there for a while now, and this has been happening since 2019. So that is not true. That is not true.
Okay. I know, this is Uncle Luke. I know Angie has to be embarrassed by this. My girl's Venezuelan too. When she hears about all the Venezuelan crime in the U.S., she gets angry because she believes people will start stereotyping her.
That is true. You guys just did it just not in the chat. I was just looking at your comments. You were saying, "Oh, Angie's cousin, Angie that, and it's true. It doesn't really bother me that stereotype because I know you guys are joking, but the thing is that the Venezuelan nationality, it's already stained because of these people. So if I get called Venezuelan any other time by any other person, they're gonna say, "Oh, Venezuelans are causing troubles here now," but whatever. And I don't want to be known for that. Nobody wants that. So yeah, that is true.
All right. Uncle Luke says these Venezuelan gangs are taking over Democratic shithole cities. Very true. They won't bring that crap here to Texas and Florida and other Republican-led states because we'll put bullets in that ass. Okay.
That's what they should get.
Ken Rose, $2. Appreciate that. Albo A says, this is exactly why the Second Amendment is super important. These dudes need to get blasted. I believe Colorado's gun laws are pretty strict, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, and the other thing, too, which they're trying to legislate is they're trying to not give police officers certain protections, which is even worse because that's going to make them scared to do their jobs. Chavez helped the poor and nationalize Venezuela's oil and gold for the people of Venezuela, not the wealthy and U.S. corporations. So he said, Chavez helped the poor and nationalize Venezuela's oil and gold for the people of Venezuela, not the wealthy U.S. corporations. Well, he did say something about Chavez being good in the beginning, right?
Yeah, well, at the beginning, he paid the external debt and all this stuff, but he just made good for, not long-term, how to say this, it wasn't not like a long-term good.
You would have been good on a 4-year term like a president is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, long live Maduro for not choosing to be a puppet to the U.S.
No, man. This guy is really, it's literally brainwashed.
The Darkuno says, hope you're all doing well. Does the index funds video you made 2 years ago still apply to today? About to start investing in real estate and looking at index funds will apply if I'm in Canada. If you go buy S&P 500, then yes. Well, I invest in S&P 500, guys, and the total stock market index fund. I should have covered Venezuela and Maduro first before doing Colorado Gangs so people have a better idea what's going on. Okay.
That will be nice.
All right, so next week, unless some breaking news comes, we'll cover Maduro and the DEA and how he's currently indicted right now by the feds.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So
that will bring more awareness to the people that can actually know the situation in Venezuela.
Yeah,
they can.
Angie's not mad for no reason. So yeah, we'll cover Maduro and all those people. Actually, HSI out of Miami indicted one of his treasurers.
Really?
Yeah, I read the criminal complaint after you told me about that shit.
Can you send that to me?
Yeah,
whenever you find it.
Yeah, I could find it for you. Yeah. All right. It was HSI Miami. It was fucking hilarious. I didn't know the agent's name. I didn't know her personally when I read it through it, but maybe she's new. I don't know. But yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Sneeko's in here? Shout out to Sneeko. Okay. So now we're going to get into the Trump situation, guys. Let's close out some of these goddamn tabs. Oh, and then here, actually, here's some stuff from Twitter.
If I told you this was happening in 2024, would you believe me? Let me tell you how crazy this is. In Aurora, Colorado, there's a Venezuelan gang that has taken over 2 apartment buildings. I kid you not, the landowner has contacted the local authorities. They said there's nothing they can do about it. That's squatter laws, bro. I kid you not. Look this up. Number 2, he went to the FBI. They said there's nothing they can do. And he even went to the marshals, y'all.
Yeah, you got to go to HSI.
And you know what's
FBI
funny?
ain't going to do shit.
The funny part of this is that when I came here in 2021, I can't remember who I was having that conversation with, but I remember I mentioned this. I said, if they start letting anybody in, because back then there weren't just anybody, they would filtrate the people that were coming in, because remember, this happens. I had family members that came in COVID, during COVID and all this stuff, and I remember I mentioned this, if they just let anybody in, all the criminals are gonna start coming here. All the cheat hole in Venezuela are gonna start coming here. So it's literally what's happening. It's insane that I predicted this in 2021. It's really
and this
sad.
Venezuelan gang has taken over the apartment building. They're charging the tenants inside rent money. like they're the landlords. Meanwhile, the real landlord can't get these people evicted. All the people that's leaving the apartment buildings, as soon as they leave, these Venezuelan gang members are just moving in more gang members to a point where they are taking over the building with guns. It's no more security there.
It's like a mafia.
Look this up right now. And this is exactly what I was talking about like 2 weeks ago. Oh, not even 2 weeks ago. On my own.
All right, this dude's sus.
Oh, shit. What the f? Yeah, they're tripping. Nigga, they cracking off in the air and everything. They driving over the... Nigga, we almost just got hit.
Oh my God.
Bro, these niggas is all bullshit.
You listen to the gunshots?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm trying to record, but I gotta watch the...
Oh, well. All right. Now it's time to go into Trump.
The FBI giving an update this afternoon on its investigation into the assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. That update including the release of some new pictures showing the gun, backpack, and undetonated explosive device belonging to the shooter, Thomas Crooks. Investigators saying that they have been able to conduct an extensive analysis into the research he conducted before the attack. However, they say no clear motive has emerged. Investigators say Crooks searched the dates and locations of campaign rallies for both Trump and President Joe Biden. Today, the FBI also saying that Crooks was on the roof for just 6 minutes before he fired 8 rounds at the former president. Trump's ear was injured in that shooting. 1 rally-goer was killed. 2 others were injured.
Well, tonight, for the first time, we're seeing the semi-automatic rifle used in the attempt on former President Trump's life and the undetonated explosives found in Thomas Crooks' car the day of the attack. These photos and new information on the investigation out tonight after an FBI briefing. KDK lead investigator Andy Sheehan was part of it. He's here now with what he's learned. Andy.
Well, Ken, the FBI rarely talks about ongoing investigations, but citing the extraordinary circumstances of the assassination attempt is trying to be transparent, giving these reporter updates and releasing evidence photos.
I will say that they are giving the press a lot of updates. You know, if it was me and it was my case, I'd be like, no, I'm not giving you on shit.
Thomas Crooks' motive still remains unclear, but the FBI firmly believes he acted alone.
Good afternoon, everybody.
In talking with reporters, the FBI released these photos, including Crooks' AR-15 style semi-automatic rifle, which they fired and deemed operable, an extendable rear stock, and the backpack he hid them in that day. They also shared...
Which that makes sense because remember, guys, we watched the testimony. People were wondering how did he get on the roof with the gun? It was a collapsible stock, so he was able to fold it up and be able to, you know, put it in the backpack.
Shared a picture of the 2 improvised explosives discovered in his trunk, saying Crooks made several online searches on how to make a bomb beginning in September 2019.
Oh, so that's new info. He was actually looking at how to make a bomb and searching it from September of what, 2019?
And continued 2019.
Damn, bro, this dude was studying.
And continuing through this summer.
These searches specifically included, quote, detonating cord, quote, blasting cap, quote, how to make a bomb from fertilizer, and, quote, how do remote detonators work.
In the reporter call, the FBI...
Damn, self-taught. You don't catch that often.
FBI said its investigation is trying to determine 2 things. Identify Crooks' motive in attempting to assassinate former President Trump and whether he had co-conspirators. So far, the motive remains unclear, but the FBI believes Crooks acted alone.
At this time, the FBI has not identified a motive, nor any co-conspirators or associates of Crooks with advanced knowledge of the attack. And I want to be clear, we have not seen any indication to suggest Crooks was directed by a foreign entity to conduct the attack.
While Crooks' motive remains a mystery, Pittsburgh FBI agent in charge Kevin Rojak said an analysis of Crooks' online activity shows a, quote, sustained detailed effort to plan an attack at some event. It does not show a political leaning, beginning in late 2023 when Crooks began searches for former President Trump's campaign events in Pennsylvania. From April to July of this year, he searched campaign events for both Trump and President Biden, including events scheduled to take place in Western PA. Then on July 4th, he searched for detail of Trump's event in Butler and became focused on that event.
We've seen no definitive ideology associated with our subject, either left-leaning or right-leaning. It's really been a mixture and something that we're still attempting to analyze and draw conclusions on.
Now, Rojak did dispute a claim by Louisiana Congressman Clay Higgins that a Butler SWAT officer shot and hit Crooks' rifle stock and delayed the shooter long enough for a U.S. Secret Service sniper to take the final shot. Rojak long enough for that a Butler SWAT officer
still attempting to analyze and draw conclusions on.
Now, Rojak did dispute a claim by Louisiana Congressman Clay Higgins that a Butler SWAT officer shot and hit Crooks' rifle.
Okay. So they try to say the SWAT hit his rifle or whatever. No, it was just Secret Service. One shot to the head killed him.
Stock and delayed the shooter long enough for a U.S. Secret Service sniper to take the final shot. Rojak said there is no evidence the local officer's shot hit the rifle or Crooks.
No, that's not true. Yeah, that's... So here it is from the FBI website, guys. Published August 28th, 2024. So this was literally a few days ago. Here's the rifle. Make DPMS Panther Arms, model A15, 5.56, 223, Remington semi-automatic. You can see here, it looks like he had a scope here. AEMS. That looks like a red dot. Chad, if I'm not mistaken, that's a red dot, right? That looks like a potential red dot to me. Yeah, red dot or holographic. Damn. So that explains how he was. Because look, guys, he was pretty accurate, man. The thing is that keep in mind. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get the body cam footage instead of me telling you guys. I think this is the cop that saw him.
Now we're continuing to digest and analyze new
frustration as officers talk with each other about
dash camera video from the intense moments before, during, and after the attempt on former President Trump's life last month. Jennifer Barrasso has been watching and listening all day. She's here now with new details on the picture this new video paints. Jen.
Ken, the video shows a lot of chaos from the time officers realize there's a shooter on the roof, which lasts well after Thomas Crooks was shot and killed. You can also hear a lot of confusion and especially frustration as officers talk with each other about what happened and whose fault it was. In fact, one officer says he told the Secret Service that building Crooks was on needed protection. Chilling new body cam video shows a Butler Township officer hoisted up by another officer in pursuit of Thomas Crooks just over 30 seconds before the shooting. There's no audio, but video shows him grab onto the roof and fall off after police say Crooks turned toward him with his gun. The officer who dropped to the ground later runs back.
So he literally sees him and he falls.
Back to his vehicle, gets a bigger gun, and tells others where Crooks is.
This close, bro. Dude, he turned around on me. Where's he at? Where's he at? He's straight up. I don't know. Who's got eyes on him? It was right where you picked me up, bro. He was on that left side. He's laying down. He's going over next building over. He's got glasses, long hair. He's got a book bag. He's got mad AR laying down. Yeah, he's got and he's laying down, burned out, book bag next to him.
We then see the mad scramble. They're trying to respond the way they're trained to.
Is he hit? Is there a ladder? Is there a ladder there, Paul? Hey, someone on me. I need manpower. Someone on me. You need to lift you up? Hold on. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. Next.
Officers confirmed Crooks was dead, killed by a single shot to the head. The officer who came face to face with him tells other officers what he saw.
Before he came up here, I popped my head up there like an idiot by myself, dude. He turned around, I dropped, and I saw
That's how they got somebody up there. I thought somebody was up there. I put my head up here. If he was up there, I'd toast.
Dude, that's all I was calling out, bro. On top of the roof. We on the same frequency? You good, bro? Yeah, I know. I hear you. We were watching. I know, yeah. I couldn't find him.
We see how uncovered the building was, anger and frustration. Sources tell KDKA local law enforcement told the Secret Service they didn't have the manpower to secure the AGR complex. We hear officers confused about why no one was on the roof.
I told them they need to post the guys over here. I told them that the Secret Service. I told them that Tuesday. I told them to post guys over here. I have no contact with either one. What? I thought you guys were on the roof. No.
He has that strong Pennsylvania accent. He probably says water like wooder.
We're inside. I told them to post guys over here.
I wasn't even concerned about it because I thought someone was on the roof. I thought that's how how can you lose a guy walking back here?
They were inside.
Why were we not in the building?
Because
you need to go somewhere over on the left side. Why weren't we?
Because I thought we were going to post guys over here. I talked to the Secret Service guys. They're like, yeah, no problem. We're going to post guys over here.
I'd say this is a up. Sorry, not sure which gas company. Have them respond. The stage is right there.
A source tells me there was no briefing or meeting with the Secret Service on the day of the Trump rally in the morning. There was a meeting early afternoon with Secret Service snipers, but that was it. Now, I reached out to the Secret Service today and got this statement. It says in part, quote, the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump was a U.S. Secret Service failure, and we are reviewing and updating our protective policies and procedures in order to ensure a tragedy like this never occurs again. Now,
so, had he not turned his head, guys, that split second, he would have died for sure. Because this dude had a red dot. And again, so when they try to hoist that guy up and he saw him, right? He saw the guy, the Crooks saw him, put his rifle to the cop. Cop drops off, right? Because he was hanging on a thing, dangling like this. So he didn't have the ability to grab his gun and shoot. Because he got boosted up, gets up there, hanging, gun pointed at him. Oh shit, falls off, right? He actually hurt himself, by the way. The fact that he was able to run back to his car and get his rifle shows you guys that he had the adrenaline pumping. I think he broke his leg or his ankle or some shit. Anyway, literally seconds after that, he fires the first shot. So imagine you're sitting there prone, you're zoomed in, you're about to shoot the president, and then you see a cop to your right. You're like, oh shit, and you point your gun this way. So he had to quickly, he's obviously nervous at this point. Dude drops off. Now he's got seconds to shoot. So he's sitting there, gets back in his prone position. This is Crooks now, the bad guy. He sits there, and he's probably nervous as fuck. And then he did have the shot lined up, guys. That's without a shadow of a doubt. But Trump turned his head at the perfect second like this, and bam, bullet nicked him. I'm going to show you guys what it looked like.
Happened to our country, probably 20 million people. And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
There's the bullet. And he turned his head last second, guys. Because, mind you, there was an immigration chart that he was using, right, that he was looking at when he was talking about how he was doing so much better than Trump. It's funny, this is the episode that we're talking about immigration, too. If Biden's immigration wasn't so bad, he wouldn't have been using that chart, and maybe he would be dead right now. But he's looking at the chart because the chart was to his side. I think it was to his right, if I'm not mistaken. So he's looking this way at the chart, and then he's looking at the people, then he's looking at the chart. I think the shooter had him lined up like this, right? Like the shooter had him lined up so the bullet would have hit him here, right? But Trump goes, and the bullet whizzes past. Fucking crazy, man. Let's see if we have another one.
And a heart-stopping photo image emerges that the FBI says is likely an image of a bullet whizzing by Donald Trump's head. So this image was captured.
Look at that, guys.
By a New York Times photographer, Doug Mills, who was just feet away in front of the stage when shots ran out. Mills says at first he didn't recognize the sound as gunfire and didn't realize anything was wrong right away and just kept his finger on the shutter of his Sony digital camera, which can take 30 frames a second. It was not until later when...
Guys, I don't think people understand how close he came to dying that day, man. Let's see here.
This is a 3D illustration of how many bullets were fired and their trajectory that struck 3 people at the Trump rally on July 13th, 2024. This is the area we're going to focus in on. Here you can see the 3 victims that were injured by gunfire and where they were standing in the bleachers. We're going to turn around and demonstrate exactly where these bullets came from. This model represents Thomas Crooks. His position can be seen here in this image, which illustrates exactly where he was. Turning around, we can see the path of all the bullets that were fired from this location. I placed a 10-foot red disc downrange to represent what an average shooter could hit easily. Now let's take a look at this first shot fired.
And he had a red dot, so it's even easier. Honestly, guys, I think the only reason he missed all those shots is because the police scared him. I think that's what saved Trump's life.
Coming from our key location, bullet 1 grazes President Trump's ear. This is the same bullet that hits a spectator in the stands.
And yes, one of you guys mentioned Ian Carroll. Actually, I'm going to text him right now. I will bring Ian Carroll on so we could talk about this because he has a conspiracy on it being multiple shooters, so I'm definitely open to hearing that.
We know this through video evidence. As President Trump is talking, the first shot rings out just after he says, "Take a look at what happened."
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
We can see the vapor trail of a bullet strike, which is the same bullet that struck President Trump's ear a split second earlier, and this video is this location here. Back at the podium, President Trump is shot and grabs his ear, falling to the ground as more shots rang out. In total, there were 7 or 8 shots, so let's rewind and watch this at regular speed.
Take a look at what happened.
With all that gunfire, it's easy to understand how these spectators were injured, even though they were not the target, including the sole spectator who lost his life that day.
And that's Corey Compatore. Rest in peace to him.
As we circle around, we can see how all the paths of the bullets were hitting in the location of this forklift machine, causing one of the hydraulic hoses to burst.
Ah, that makes sense why that happened, yep. There you go. Up.
On July 13th, 2024, an attempt was made on the life of the 40 slow motion. And as always, when we do a spicier video like this, my friends are more than willing to help.
Bye, Curry. Mythbusters or something like that? No, this comes from Brandon Herrera. Okay. You guys want me to watch this video and react to it? Give me ones if you guys want me to do it. At this point, this one's a bit more for entertainment purposes, I think.
I guess they're testing if the...
Huh? Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck they wanted to be associated with this one, but they volunteered anyway, so it should be a fun day. This is the AR-15. As you can tell, very effective weapon. This particular iteration is a semi-automatic civilian legal version. This one in particular is kind of more of a budget gun with an optic mounted slightly too far forward, which is exactly what it looked like the shooter had as well. Now, to a competent person, making a shot on a target that is man-sized at about 130, 150 yards, not that difficult. Pretty much any experienced shooter can do that on their bad day. That's also assuming that the average competent shooter has one thing that the would-be assassin did not: more muscle mass than a 7th grade cheerleader. But now what internet experts are trying to claim is that...
And also, he wasn't under pressure.
It was an inside job, it was staged, and that the shooter very intentionally only hit him in the ear to, you know, boost his ratings and such. Now, with the shooter using an even worse AR-15, it was like an old DPMS, which is just pretty garbage tier, to be honest, and a red dot with no magnification. I'm going to show you exactly what that shot would have looked like from the shooter's perspective, and then you can judge for yourself how easy that shot would have been to stage. So we have our stand-in ballistic dummy target here, and we are going to walk back and pace out about 130 yards. It was between, I believe, 130 to 150 yards is where the shot was taken. Let's go on the inside of that and do 130 just to give the most benefit of the doubt here. For context, this is approximately 130 yards. See what that looks like down the sight. So we were just back there at like 130 yards trying to get that through the dot. Would any of you stand at 130 yards and let me take...
And I like donut operator. I do. If you guys want me to react to like some of the shootings that he covers, I can do that, guys. Like use of force. The only reason I haven't, I want to do so much more with this channel, but like fucking YouTube demonetizing is so annoying, guys. So we'll have to figure that out, how we're going to go about that. But stay tuned. I do have some things for this channel that I want to do where I could react to like shootings and stuff like that, because obviously use of force is something that I'm aware of.
You can react to anything.
So, yeah.
It's fair react.
Exactly, yeah.
A shot on your ear. I wouldn't let you do that at 2 yards. Well, that's just because you're a pussy. Because the other thing that, like, trying to explain to people on the internet, especially the experts on Twitter, they don't understand, like, MOA. So, like, when you have a garbage tier AR-15 that's, you know, a DPMS from fucking 15 years ago that was his dad's gun, you're doing, like, a 2 to 3 MOA. So, 3 inches, let's say, at 100 yards. Some would say too much. 3 inches at 100 yards is now at 150. That's 4.5 inches difference. You know what's suspiciously 4.5 inches to the left of your...
So, yeah, this literally, guys, this is what, this demonstrates Trump's movement. I'm actually going to move my head out the way here. Hold on. Oh, my bad. So you guys can see here, this is literally, if Trump hadn't moved, he would have had the whole side of his head blown off. But since he moved, boom, and nicked the ear. Fucking incredible, guys. That millimeters, guys, millimeters. And MAGA would have been gone.
Right ear. Yeah.
Crazy.
Wait. There's you absolutely, like, this dot covered a good chunk of the head at that distance at 130. Yeah, no bipod, super elevated heart rate, no magnification. So a lot of people were saying like, well, yeah, you could just zoom in a scope like Call of Duty, huh? No, it's not a scope. This is not like a fucking sniper weapon. This right here is a 1 magnification. So it's 0 mag. It's literally just looking through a piece of glass with a dot on it. So now hopefully you have a better idea of why saying that the ear shot was specifically staged using that setup.
I should do like a shooting, like a range episode with some of these gun YouTubers.
Like 150 yards is just fucking stupid, frankly. But speaking of fucking stupid, there's another conspiracy theory that, of course, Trump was not hit by a bullet because bullets, you know, expand and they have, you know, a crazy temporary cavity and it would have taken his whole head off and all sorts of shit. And he was hit by flying glass that came from fucking, I don't know. It's Twitter. So we're going to recreate to the best of our ability the path of the bullet going through a small strip of flesh, the ear here, and show exactly what that would do to a human ear. Now, in order to actually capture the bullet as it's grazing through the ear, we would need some serious high speed. Maybe even ballistic high speed.
Did someone say high speed?
I don't know why they keep doing that.
Why did you invite us?
It's like a bit or something. I don't. So 100,000 frames per second. That should be plenty enough to catch a bullet like that because it's traveling at what, 3,000 feet a second? Roughly.
So this will slow down time 3,000 to 4,000 times slower than normal.
Perfect. Well, let's get to it, guys.
Let's do it.
Now, we don't really care about distance on this one since, I mean, the ballistics are going to be negligible. If anything, closer distance should do more damage. So if this just rips right through the ear like it did in real life, then that should definitively prove it. So let's, I just want to make sure we get the most accurate shot possible. Firing.
Did I see a jiggle?
Did you? Oh, I barely clipped the ear. I clipped it right on the side, not on the top. I clipped him, like, right there in the middle.
We're going to have to look for, like, a vibration. Oh,
yep, there it was.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you definitely grazed the ear.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Whoa.
Damn.
That was like edge of the bullet.
Yeah, I know. That was. I think we could get closer. Yeah, so I think he actually got hit right up here. Okay. The bullet impact was right there. You can see where it just grazed the very edge of like the middle of his ear. But we're gonna try to go for the meat.
What I find the most interesting is that the whole head is still there.
That's kind of crazy. I thought it would have disappeared. Firing. Oh yeah, I think that was it. Oh yeah, that was the fucking money shot right there.
That's a perfect sim there. How's his head still connected?
I don't know. This is crazy. I don't think a bullet actually hit him.
Like his neck's not broken. I don't.
Where do you get the glasses?
I'm taking ballistic out of my name because I clearly don't understand them.
Oh, that was fucking perfect. Yeah. Piercing. Yo, dude, what'd they say? Don't get your ears pierced at Claire's.
Oh shit.
When Trump said it felt like he got hit by something, you can see the vibration. It feel like someone kind of slapped you on the ear.
I was just.
What was that, Angie?
The head didn't move at all.
Here, talking to the mic so they can hear.
No, that the head didn't move at all.
Well, yeah. Well, he's just simulating the what the ear shot would look like.
No, I know, but like, look at the head. It didn't like move with the impact or anything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say I'm actually personally surprised that it had that much temporary cavity, that much expansion.
But notice how the head is still there.
Yeah. Yeah, if you play it all in full speed, it's like, well, it's very unfucking impressive.
Right.
But
I mean, everybody's making fun of his ear bandage in a speech, saying like, oh, he's wearing a big bandage for sympathy or whatever. You just saw his ear explode from cavitation from getting hit by a gun. Like,
yeah, it looked okay because I know he was golfing the next day, which talk about fucking Chad energy right there.
I mean, Evander Holyfield finished the round, so.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you got assassination attempt at 8, but you've got a tea time at 9 a.m. Like, yeah, it's what you got to do. A lot of people talk about how Trump turned his head at the last minute. That's what saved his life, and it's really easy to see. Like, there's graphics and shit of it, but now that we have a ballistic dummy here, you can actually plainly see the trajectory the bullet took to go through the ear the way that it did. If his head was tilted the way that it was before he went to go look at that graph, it's hitting a lot of, the really important lizard brain stuff that makes you, continue to breathe. So him turning his head at the last minute got a lot of the vital part of his brain out of the way of that bullet, which is just, talk about luck. We might be having a very different conversation had that not been the case. I think that is what would qualify as too soon. Speaking of too soon, you want to gank the shooter? Oh, God, yes. So now let's talk about something that the Secret Service would have been using to take out the nameless nerd and virgin. This right here is an Accuracy International 300 Win Mag. Accuracy International is like the Lamborghini of bolt guns as far as like not getting something stupid custom done. Very, very nice rifle. I've been shooting this setup a little bit this last couple days. Fucking amazing gun. Better be because they're like 15 grand. Got our 300 Win Mag spicy boys right here. Gonna load it on up. Keep the bolts open though for now. Got a Badger Ordnance scope mount with a Night Force ATAC scope, topped off with an RRS tripod. These things are very expensive and very nice. I've never really shot with one before the last couple days, and it is amazing. It's really like cheating. Now I know how they were able to pop that shot off so quick and so accurately after the first round was fired. It's a funny story. I bought this whole setup from Euro-Optic, and I was not paying very close attention because I knew I needed to get this video out quickly. So I was in a rush. I bought an Accuracy International bolt gun, and I didn't realize I bought the wrong one. I bought one with a left-handed bolt, not super useful to a right-handed shooter like me. I called up Euro-Optic, told them the situation. I got somebody on the phone in like 30 minutes. They helped me out. Not because I had a contact there. I was a random customer who spent my own money on this gun, and I fucked up. Their shipping guys got it squared away right off the bat, and I had it in time for the video. Then we told them what we were doing with the video, and they wanted to be a part of it, so they actually ended up sending us out this tripod and really just hooking us up. So we really appreciate Euro-Optic for not only just having a great customer service experience, like genuinely I was impressed, but also just for a genuinely good customer service experience and for helping us get all this stuff out here in time to film this video. So we really appreciate Euro-Optic for helping us out with this. Show them some love. 100% clear, judging by some of the photos that I've seen, exactly where he was shot and where it exited. So I'm going to take some creative liberty. I know he was shot in the head. So now we're going to see in about 100,000 frames per second exactly what was going through his head. So he kind of looks like Harry Potter now that I think about it.
Why is his teeth so straight?
Yeah, his teeth are kind of straight.
What is that, a jaw? This isn't accurate.
I need to kind of carve some of that away, make it a little flatter down here.
So now we're going to see what it was
kind
like
of concave his head in a little bit. Don't worry, we'll do that part actually here in a second.
Yeah, I think the 300 Win Mag will take good care of him. Godspeed, little asshole.
Without further ado, let's go ahead and take this shot. Firing. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
fuck! God.
I think we hit him.
Holy shit!
I think we hit him.
Wow. Holy shit.
Bruh.
That is violent.
That's graphic.
His brain's laying on the ground back here.
Oh, that looks more like his jawline. Bet you won't do that again. Dude, that is genuinely like a fucking 3,200 feet per second decapitation.
He fell down.
A loud noise was heard and he fell.
No wonder Secret Service didn't miss.
Wait till you see this.
That setup is like $20,000.
Did they show his body like after the shot?
They did. You could see like a little bit, but they didn't show everything for obvious reasons.
150 yards away, it's gonna look pretty cool.
Wow. Bruh. Holy. America! America.
Jesus Christ. Well, it looked like him at some point. That looks more like him now.
So you did put the glasses.
Oh, really? Okay, good, good. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it shattered it.
I was aiming for the glasses. The left side glasses.
Right here on the verge of it.
Oh, it's turning his all the force is still pulling his skull backwards.
Oh yeah, because I hit him technically on his right side, so he spun. Well, so the death photo didn't quite look like that, but we were also using like ballistic tip shit and all. Yeah.
It ignites stuff inside of his head. Right?
Yo, yeah, it absolutely does. You see the flash.
That's probably the metal off of the.
It's the radio the CIA was playing a message through.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Well, I believe the president is safe. Not gonna lie, I was a little graphic. That was probably a little unnecessary. But hopefully some of the stuff that we talked about today dispels a few of the myths. There's a lot of misinformation going around. A lot of people who really don't know what they're talking about, weighing in and spreading a lot of conspiracy stuff that really doesn't make sense. And, well, stuff like this is kind of fun in a way that, just doing science is fun, doing ballistic stuff.
And yeah, guys, I mean, the official narrative doesn't make sense right now, so we'll see what happens.
It's kind of fun. I think it does kind of go without saying that the message that we're trying to get out here today is just data, trying to put right some conspiracy theories and things going around. This isn't any sort of message toward political violence. I shouldn't have to say it, but that's obviously not what we're about. That's not what we're talking about today, and that's not the point of living in the greatest country in the world. We have a constitutional republic, a representative democracy where we're allowed to express our differences and decide together as a country at the ballot box exactly what direction we want this country to go in. That's the proper way to go about it, and if you think the alternative of taking innocent life is acceptable, or that's the thing you should do, well, that's your fate. Anyhow, I had a lot of fun today. I appreciate the help of our friends over at Ballistic High.
Cool. So, yeah, that is fucking crazy. Yeah, this gun, I think they said is like $15K.
Doing something stupid custom. I think that is what would. So now let's talk about something that the Secret Service would have been using to take out the nameless nerd and virgin. This right here is an Accuracy International 300 Win Mag. Accuracy International was like the Lamborghini of bolt guns as far as like not getting something stupid custom done. Very, very nice rifle. I've been shooting this set up a little bit this last couple days. Fucking amazing gun. Better be, because they're like 15 grand. Got our 300 Win.
15K. Holy shit. All right. But yeah, no, cool stuff. Definitely cool stuff. But guys, I think that is the end. Oh, you guys want me to jump into X space? I know you guys wanted me to jump into X space. Huh? I'm hungry. Oh, okay. Angie's gonna order some food. Let me open up Mozilla, see who's live right now. Give me one sec, chat. Let me see. I can't even join on my main account because I'm fucking banned. All right, let me join in on my Fresh to Fit account. Because if I try to join in, here, I'll show you guys real quick. If I try to join in on my thing, oh, let's see. No, won't let me. You're not authorized to join this space. Yeah, let me switch.
I don't think you can show that on YouTube.
Yeah,
man.
shit.
One book they can't really cancel or edit and stuff like that. So we've got that to stand on. All the scripture speaks against them, their ways, all of this. They've duped Christians by naming their country Israel, which is
here we
what
go.
God blessed in
You
the
come
Old
in automatically, they're JQing, bro.
Right, so it's all it's
So-
just trickery.
Yeah,
and
you gotta end
deception
YouTube.
that people have
Yeah.
fallen for. This stuff is
And we're on
temporary
YouTube,
because
so-
the truth is lasting.
Look, I'm gonna end the stream here.
So-
Hold on, let me just leave this real quick. I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. I'm gonna end the stream here for YouTube because for obvious reasons. Hold on. All right, chat. I'm gonna end YouTube here. So YouTube stream is gonna end here. Chat. Angie, what do you got to say to the people, real quick, before?
I think I said everything I had to say. Yeah, and then my English doesn't help me that much because if you guys knew everything that I want to say, that I actually want to say, it's just too much. But I hope we can do that stream next week for the of Maduro and all this stuff that is going on since the elections in July 28th. So that'll be very helpful, I think, for like all community. I'm trying to I'm gonna learn how to host spaces on X, so I can do like spaces for the Venezuelan situation and all that stuff. Because I've been joining some, but I want to like host one. So that's gonna happen. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Stay tuned to Fed Reacts. Follow the Instagram, guys. I keep posting like question request walks there. So that's it.
All right. Guys, we will tomorrow tune into Fresh Fit tomorrow. I think we're going to have Ivan Raiklin on. He exposes deep state. That's what he does. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube right now, come on over to YouTube.
We don't have more chats, right?
My bad. If you guys are watching this on Rumble, let me read the chats real quick before we do. You should have done an operator. He usually goes shooting and blow up stuff. Okay. What happened to bringing in Ian Carroll? I just texted him. So we'll don't worry. We'll still make that happen for you, ninjas.
Okay, we read that one.
We're caught up on chats. So guys, come on over to Rumble right now because it is that time, my friends.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'm going to end the YouTube chat. The YouTube stream here. So guys, come on over. Come on over to Rumble right now. Rumble.com/freshfit. Actually, matter of fact, let me just go ahead and drop the link for you guys.
You're going to join an X space?
Yeah, I'm going to join an X space and let them listen to some JQ because I know that's what they want to hear.
There is
Because
one
they're already
Rumble
JQing
chat
in there.
right there.
Huh?
There is one Rumble chat right there.
Join. Oh, I put the YouTube chat. Oh my God, wrong one. Sorry. Here's the Rumble link. Here you go, guys. Here is the Rumble chat or the Rumble stream. Come on over to the Rumble stream, guys, because we're gonna end the YouTube one here. And like the video on YouTube, by the way. Please, you like the video on YouTube, guys. We got only 700 likes over there, so like the YouTube video. And I'm going to close out here on YouTube Ninjas.